Welcome, you lovely souls, to my thoughts about Shuuen no Virche. As it's not out yet, I obviously haven't played it. I just have translated with you together some promotional material and looked at some other material to make up my mind whether I want to pre-order it or not, and maybe my thoughts will help you making this decision as well. As I said, my first impression is based on the promotional material I will also show in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled at all, maybe skip on this video. The game is set in an old European country, but still has a fantasy or even science fiction setting, because on this country there is a curse where everybody dies when he turns 23. But they developed a specific technology called revival that allows you to clone your body and load up your memories and then download them again to the clone to be revived. But the only thing that cannot be revived are your emotions and also love. The MC is called the Goddess of Death because she lost her parents when she was very little. For some reason, people she meets befall a terrible fate. That is why she one night attempts to kill herself but is stopped by a mysterious man called Anko, and he proposes a deal to her. She is to help him solve those mysterious murder cases, and in return he will grant her most precious wish, that is to become a normal human girl. And I think that's when the story starts, when she enters this contract with Anko and meets all the other love interests that also help in this endeavor. The love interests in the order of the promotional material. The first one we met was Eve. He is a handyman who basically does every job. He's charming and easygoing and very kind, and he still believes in love, though his parents actually abandoned him when he was scarred in an accident, and that's, I believe, why he wears the mask. And in the video from the promotional material, he also seems to have something to do with those licorice flowers that seem to play a huge role in this game and that are often used as the symbol for death. Lucas is a kind visiting teacher at orphanages and often goes to church as he is a devoted follower. He's gentle and calm and really loves to teach and take care of people, and he also has a strong sense of justice, caring for his baby sister who is in the hospital. The cute Mattis, who was born into a wealthy family and really looked up to his brother who was killed, though in general he's extremely shy and can't even talk to strangers without stuttering or looking them into the eyes, and loves reading in his room alone. He is now out for revenge. Shuuen is the very important head of the National Research Institute that conducts the revival process. And he's actually the person who just like on the go by accident invented this revival process. He himself doesn't really care, he just likes to experiment, he only cares about science, and he would also experiment with himself or other people. And he thinks emotions are more like technical bugs because they aren't supposed to transfer in this revival process. So you can tell he's very unfriendly, uninterested and unemotional. Adolf grew up together with the MC in the same orphanage, so they see each other a bit like brother and sister. He's very kind and considerate, and on top of working at the Vigilant Corps, he also sells food from his field to feed the kids in the orphanage. Anko can be described as the sentinel of the underworld. He feels very bothered by the rising death statistics and therefore asks the MC to help him reduce those weird death incidents. And in return, as I said, he offers to turn her into a normal human being. I suspect that he's probably locked and you first have to complete the other 5 characters until you can play him, but that's just a hunch. Showed notice to the art. I mean, you can tell yourself it's really pretty. It's done by the same artist who did King Akimi, and the writer was also involved in Café Enchanté and Code Realized. And I already love the music and the character themes. The tone of the game is obviously dark, bloody death. And every character, judging from the scenes they published introducing the voice actors, seems to have a terrible secret. And the story overall seems very mysterious and dark and even a bit hopeless. And I believe the story will have many revelations, many plot twists, many secrets about characters to unravel, about their relationship, about the law of this country, about the curse, why it's there, how can it be solved, and all of that jazz. Because there's death everywhere, you can either choose to die or lose your ability to love or lose your emotions. So that's not really cheerful, and it's not a good setting for an Otome game. So I believe it's very angsty, very tragic, and very brutal. But what also caught my eye were the many side characters. They seem quite fleshed out, so I bet they'll make a good addition for the whole story. I just hope this D ranking is not only for goal reasons, but also for love and romance reasons, because otherwise I would be a bit disappointed. For those of you learning Japanese, I would not really recommend to start out with this game, as it's a fantasy setting. It uses some old-fashioned words or some unusual words, as you can see in the translation videos, so it's rather on the difficult side. But of course, if you're up for a challenge or really love that game, I bet nothing can stop you, not even a language barrier. So, I've pre-ordered it, though I'm not quite sure whether it will be totally to my liking, but I'm definitely excited for it and want to see how this story goes and how some romance develops, hopefully. And we'll see if I get to it, I maybe make a review about that. Please share your thoughts about Shuuen no Virche. Do you pre-order it? Do you root for localization? And I hope I'll either see you down in the comments or in the next video. Bye!